Good morning, my clucking chickens. It is the 4th of June 2010, or 06/04 2010 if you're American. I'm Dave. I'm from davethackray.com. I also do wordofmouth.com. That's wordandmouth.com. But today that's not what we're about. We're not talking communications. Today we're talking about the 7 secrets to successful solopreneurship. I hate the word solo. I hate the word solo because today we need teams. And I've already talked about that. And I'm not going to go on about that. But just bear in mind, it's just a name. It's what people know. Bear with it and all will become patently clear soon. Number 1, value yourself. Now, I mean this on 2 levels. Number 1, you need to know what you're worth. And I can tell you now, knowing you very well, I know that you're worth way more than you give yourself credit for. So whatever you charge your clients, add 20% on. If not, add 30% on. Because believe you me, you're worth it. And you need to start ramping up your game. And if the client isn't going to pay for it, then believe me, you're going to find another client out there who's going to pay exactly what you want and more besides. Point kind of 1, chapter 2 is when we talk about valuing yourself, value how much you actually need and then start working back. So think about when you used to work in a full-time job, what your salary was, okay? So from here on in, you need to think, okay, well, I want to earn 30 grand. So that's £30,000 a year. That's 12 months in a year. That's 52 weeks, but you want a couple of weeks holiday because everybody needs to recharge. Think about those 50 weeks. Think about how many hours you want to work in those weeks. And then think about the little complementaries, the stuff that you have to pay out for, whether that's your retirement fund, the tax, the national insurance. Factor all this in and then go and speak to somebody about this and break it down professionally. Speak to a business support organisation, somebody who can really kind of work these things out and chapterise it for you into 12 separate months so you know exactly what you need to earn. Plan ahead, plan by quarter, and then you can figure out whether you're ahead of the game, behind the game, whether you need to take more clients on, whether you need to pull back on that leisure time. No more going to watch football, guys. You've got to drum down onto that PC and start clattering away until the money starts rolling in. Number 2, chunk things out. Do not start the day clattering away all day and then get to the end of the day and you're exhausted and you've got more bags under your eyes than I have. Nothing worse. Take it step by step. Don't forget why you made this move. You made this move into being your own boss for flexibility, for freedom, to follow your passion. Chunking things out is important. Plan your day from the very beginning. I've always said the first thing task will get you on the move. Set yourself a tiny little task just to kick the day off and get yourself into that momentum. Get that pendulum swinging, all right? So figure on that. Plan through the day and then plan for an hour, 2 hours every day where you can actually get out there and learn something, where you can get out there and do something to seize the day. Get a walk, get a run, go to the gym, do some origami, do some yoga. There's so many things there that you can do. Point 3. I mentioned before about setting the first thing task, and I can put a link on the website to where I talked about this in more detail. But when it comes to first thing tasks, it's something small. And when it comes to planning out as a solopreneur, you've got your big picture, you've got your world picture, your world view, you can frame all these different big objectives, but everything has got to be broken down. Now, it says this in every business book, but just in case you haven't read them. Micro tasks. Set yourself micro tasks that build towards that big picture. So everything you do, break it down into constituent parts. Use some online program like OpenProj. SourceForge.net is your home for this, to actually break down all these tiny little bits that actually will build towards these fantastic objectives and these incredible goals that you've set for yourself. And then not only can you monitor your progress, but you can actually give yourself a very firm handshake along the way to say, well done, pat on the back. Go and bungee jump out of your window. Make sure you've got a long enough cord and that it doesn't quite touch the ground. That might be the way that you create your celebration. It's up to you. But anyway, don't forget, set micro tasks. Point 4, and we're getting there. Don't do everything. My God, it's so tempting just to go, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that, because I'm a solopreneur. I hate solo. because I'm a solopreneur. But no, believe me, you cannot do everything. Not only will you burn yourself out, but you won't achieve what you want to achieve. You're here. I've already said this. You're here because you're here to enjoy yourself. You're here because you want to make a bigger contribution, because working in the hamster wheel of life is not suiting you. So don't take everything on. And that kind of is another kind of point here. Don't take everything on and don't do everything are points 4 and 5. And here's where I'm at with this. When I was starting out as an entrepreneur, I was like, oh my God, I want to do everything because I want so much money. I just want to have everything. Give me $1 million in a year, I'll be delighted. Now, A, I couldn't have got any further away from $1 million in my first year of being my own boss. But B, I was taking on the most ridiculous projects. Yeah, sure, I can work in an abattoir. Yeah, sure, I'll go and cut down all of your vines and turn them into the most succulent of wines. Yes, I'll do these e-marketing projects that really I'm not eminently qualified to do. Yeah, sure, I'll design a website, code it, do all the analytics, find my way along. Oh, clients ultimately aren't as satisfied as they could be. Your reputation isn't as shielded as it could be. And the word of mouth that's so precious to us all as solopreneurs is not yours, because you're not focusing on number 6. Know your passion. Know your passion. What do you want to do? Now, me, I love content. I love helping people. I love curating stuff so that people can find it fairly easily. I love eating. Not figured out a way to build that into our business yet, but we're working on that. Whatever your passion is, if you focus on that, not only will you become even more incredible than you are right now, you'll be happier, your work will thrive, your learning will absolutely flourish because you'll be focusing only on the things that make you stronger. Passion is an incredible underrated word in the English dictionary, and what it basically means is it's finding the things that turn you on, the buttons that people press, that you press yourself, that make you stellar. Focus on those passions. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is limit what you take on. Now, we kind of covered that in a little bit of a way, but this is a real bête noire of mine. When you're going out there, when you're talking to clients, for God's sake, know your limits. And this ties in really well to your passion as well. Know exactly what you can do, what you can't do, and, set the confines of your ability. And then potentially you can break out of them, you can offer great things. I'm working on an email campaign for a client, and I can do that bit. I'm quite happy with that. And I said to them, well, listen, this is an email launch, so we want a bit of impact. Why don't we do a screencast? It's happening all over the web, but this is quite a new phenomenon for these guys. Why don't we do a screencast, a guide to your website to show people how to use it and how to really pick out the Easter eggs and the secret features and make it really work for them? They were delighted, and this was again breaking out of the box, thinking laterally, doing stuff that hadn't already been promised, and it went down an absolute flicking storm. One more thing, but I'm not going to tell you here. It's on my website, davethackray.com. Your one bonus insight that will revolutionise your life as a solopreneur and take you into a new dimension. And it's not $97. You don't have to download an ebook. You don't have to join my email subscription list. I couldn't give a hoot. I just want you to do one thing today that will totally burn it out for you. Not burn you out, burn out the competition and make you a legend. That'll do for now. I'm so glad you watched. Thanks for all your time, and it really does matter and it values it to me. And I just hope you get an incredible weekend ahead. Look forward to meeting you on the other side. I'm Dave. I'm from davethackray.com, and we produce ideas to make you amazinger. Have a great day. Weekend's all yours. Take it easy. Class over. Go and do your homework. Bye for now.